Welcome to a demonstration of SpecwoodDraw. SpecwoodDraw is an AutoCAD plugin that was developed for case good manufacturers with a defined product line and is primarily a space planning drawing software. It lets you add your model numbers as fully parametric models into an AutoCAD drawing, and at the same time you will be able to fully specify all options on such model numbers. Once you're done with creating all your elevations for a project using SpecwoodDraw, you will also be able to generate a quote or proposal for that project. Let's get started. You can call SpecwoodDraw commands in AutoCAD through either the toolbars, the ribbon, or the menu bar. To start, click on the load command. You are required to log in through a cloud-based login system, and once you are done, you can either associate this drawing to a new project or make this drawing part of an existing project. In our example, we make a new project from scratch. The project information screen will pop up. Like any other screen, this screen is fully customizable and will hold all the information you're interested in tracking for a project. For this customer, we keep track of project info data as well as client info data. So let's go ahead and fill in some of the requested fields. There is also a project default section in this screen. In this area, we set the default values for the common options that most of our model numbers will have. This will help us later when we actually add models to our layout so that the model options will already default to the correct values. If your product lines have different options, don't worry. All the options are totally customizable to your particular product line, and the software will ship to you with your particular product options displayed. In this implementation of SpecwoodDraw, we can set certain material and color options, as well as some hardware options. Once all default options have been set, click the OK button. Next, issue the Draw Cabinet command to add cabinets and other model numbers to your AutoCAD drawings. The Insert Item screen pops up, and this is where we will specify the items we want to insert into the drawing. In the Item Selection box, you have 3 ways to enter the model number of the item you want to add. The fastest way is to type the complete item number in the Type Item Number field. Alternatively, you could pick the appropriate item numbers by picking them from the list boxes. And finally, if you're not very familiar with the model numbering scheme, you can select the item by browsing through the electronic catalog. Again, this included electronic catalog would be customized to mimic your catalog. In this version, just pick the correct chapter and subchapter to display the grouping of model numbers you're interested in. You can then select visually the correct item number by looking at the pictures of the available items and then click the one you want. This will populate the item number field in the Insert Item screen for you, and if desired, you can change the overall sizes. The preview window will be populated showing you what the selected item looks like, and if your pricing method is a piece price, the pricing will be filled in as well. In the Room Info section, you can now tag the cabinet to where it is supposed to go. This is helpful to organize the various model numbers in the quote that we generate later. The CAD insertion options allows you to choose an insertion point for the model number. Depending on the type of model number you are dealing with, SpecwoodDraw will already pre-select the meaningful insertion point for you, but you could override it here by simply clicking on the corner of the cube that represents the model number's insertion point. In addition, you may also specify an additional offset value or a plane view rotation angle. However, this task could also be accomplished with regular AutoCAD commands once the model number is inserted. The box options, front options, worktop options, and other options sections all populate to the default values that were set up earlier in the project info screen. So typically you do not have to change anything here, but you could override any of these values if necessary. Some of these values will cause the price to increase or decrease, while changing other options will have no influence on the list price. Only options that are applicable to the selected line items are accessible. So you would not be able to specify pulls or locks on open cabinets, for example. The values of these options are also color-coded. If the value of the option is displayed in green, it means the selected value matches what is set up as the default value for this job. If it is displayed in yellow, then the selected value is accepted, but does not match the project default settings. If you see any red values, it means the currently selected value is not acceptable for this option and you have to reselect from the list of possible options. Once you verified that all options are correct, click the Draw Item button and specify an insertion point in the AutoCAD screen, and SpecwoodDraw will place the 3D illustration of the selected model number in your AutoCAD drawing. Of course, you may now use any AutoCAD command to change the view, location, or orientation of your drawing. In order to draw an entire elevation, repeat the Draw Cabinet command as many times as you have items in the elevation. Since the model numbers are fully parametric, you can change an item by issuing the Edit Cabinet command and then in the resulting screen change your desired parameters, for example the cabinet width or perhaps the toe kick heights. When you start a second elevation, make sure to change the tagging of the first item and then keep inserting cabinets until your elevation layout is complete. When you are done drawing all elevations, go and click the Reports command. In this screen, you can select which drawings you want to scan for models. Typically, you would select the Current Drawings Only option to generate a quote for all the items displayed in this drawing. If, however, you split up the project into multiple drawings, you would select the Multiple Drawings option and then select all the drawings in the following Windows File dialog box. For this demonstration, let's stick with the Current Drawings Only option. In the Purchase Pricing from Manufacturer box, all the pricing options that contribute to the purchase order amount from the manufacturer are listed. The list price is grayed out, since this price is calculated by scanning the drawing and totaling the list price of all items in this field. You can then enter the applicable discount you may get from the manufacturer. This discount can be entered as actual dollars or in form of a percentage from the list price. If the manufacturer is charging you for any freight or installation services, you can keep track of those charges here too. Again, you may enter a percentage of the list price or the actual dollar amount. If there are any additional charges, there is also room for you to enter description as well as a dollar amount for up to 3 more additional charges. The next box, titled Dealer Resale Pricing, deals with all the pricing options that a dealership charges to the end user. Again, the first price, called Product Net Price, is grayed out and is derived from the individual list prices of all items in the drawing with the manufacturer discount applied. You may then enter the resale markup as either an actual dollar amount or in form of a percentage of the product net price. You have the option to enter any necessary tax you need to collect, as well as freight and installation charges you need to charge the end user for. Again, if there are any additional charges you need to pass on to the end user, you can list up to 3 of those charges here as well. Once all pricing parameters are set, you click either the Proposal/Quote button to see the pricing straight from the manufacturer, or if you are reselling the product, you can click the Resell Proposal to generate a quote for the end user that reflects your selling price. Once again, the reports are customizable and contain all the information you deem necessary, as well as your logo and verbiage. You may also add additional building items like walls, columns, windows, electrical outlets, and so forth to the drawing by utilizing regular AutoCAD commands. If you need shop drawing type 2D elevations, you can again use the power of AutoCAD by utilizing commands like flatchart or generate orthographic views and layout viewports via the Solve View or SolveDraw commands. I hope this was helpful in evaluating the SpecwoodDraw software, and just remember that SpecwoodDraw does come fully set up for your product lines, with your way to draw the items, your pricing, your cabinet options, and so forth. No setup on your end is needed. Thank you for watching this brief demo.